You're listening to the AFTERBUZZ TV network, now the largest new media platform on the web, and your #1 source for after-show entertainment.
Very good, Johnson.
The AFTERBUZZ Studios in Los Angeles, California. Presented by Maria Menounos and streaming live thanks to Akamai Technologies. This is AFTERBUZZ TV's The Voice After Show. We'll break down tonight's episode and get you all the latest news and gossip. And now, another post-game wrap-up show for your favorite TV show. It's AFTERBUZZ TV's The Voice After Show.
Hello, everybody. You are watching and listening to AFTERBUZZ TV's The Voice, Season 6, and it's the top 12 live rounds.
Woo-hoo! Yeah.
I think everybody kind of brought it tonight.
Oh, did they bring it? They were ready to go live. This top 12 crew is hardcore,
and
y'all.
You know who else is ready to go live? We are. I'm Jason Ikeler.
I'm Chloe West.
And I'm Christian Rosenberg. I'm all alone this week.
Stephanie G cannot make it in tonight, but she will be back next week.
Yes.
So don't you worry about that.
Don't worry, we brought the energy today.
Yeah, we did.
Turned up in here.
Turn up!
Wow,
so
that was
overall,
you couldn't have said that any whiter.
I know, sorry. Overall thoughts on the episode, we all thought it was pretty good, right?
For sure, banging.
I thought it was very good. I thought the first couple, you can kind of feel the nerves in the first few performances, but then once I got about halfway through, then it just seemed everyone was really comfortable and just powered through it.
Even the judges were like, it seems like everyone was just waiting for lives. It was a big drum
Yeah.
roll coming up to lives, and finally we're live, and they did their hashtag voice tailgate before the show for an hour, so people could tweet in and hashtag the voice tailgate and, you know, tailgate the voice virtually, which is really cool. So I wonder if that was like a good warm-up for everybody.
I think it was a key for Shakira. Shakira sounded a little drunk tonight. I think she was tailgating a little too much.
Oh, I hope she was drunk.
I
That would
don't,
be everything.
honestly, actually, Shakira doesn't drink. Fun fact about Shakira. But I think she just gets so passionate about her contestants that she gets so caught up and just wants to fit everything in so everybody votes for them. You know, she's really connected and nervous. So I think that's what happens to her on nights like tonight.
Well, and I bet probably, too, what we're seeing and what we've seen so far is edited down. So they probably have way more critiques than we're used to seeing.
Yeah.
And so now it's like live. You only have like 10 seconds to get your critique in.
Yeah, and Carson is like, and thank you.
Yeah.
And
Carson.
moving on.
And like he called for Adam and Shakira's talking.
I
know.
know, because she's passionate. You know?
So let's hop right into tonight. First up was Bria Kelly, and she sang Rolling in the Deep.
I mean, what
by
a tough
Adele.
song.
Very tough song. I was kind of nervous to hear her do this because it's Adele and you can't do Adele in these shows.
Right.
I thought she did pretty decently. I wouldn't necessarily download this over the Adele version, but I thought she sounded good and her voice is great. My only question was, why did she have the guitar out there? Because she didn't play it until the very end.
In like the last 3 seconds of the song, she played the guitar.
I think she just feels more comfortable having it. I think it's a safety blanket for her, to be honest. Sort of like how Cole was a little bit last year. You know, it's just this safety blanket for you to hold on to. Something to do with your hands so they're not standing up here. You know, but I think what was cool was she brought up that she didn't want it to be a karaoke version of Adele. She wanted to make it her own. And I think that was super smart of her. Obviously, people in these voice competitions know now, you know, you can't just cover a song. You've got to make it your own, or else it's going to be that Simon Cowell karaoke version that everybody hates. So really smart, and she did great. Vocally, I think she did a really good job. I do think the guitar was a little weird, but I can see it as her safety blanket. She's young, you know, being out there on that big stage live.
Yeah.
Come on, that's
What'd you
tough.
think, Christian?
I thought it was a good performance, especially we've talked about on the show how it's like a curse to perform Adele on The Voice because it seems like as soon as you perform Adele, you're eliminated. For the most part. But she did, like you were saying, Chloe, she really made this into her own song. All of a sudden, this song was a much more rocking song than it normally is. And I thought she did well with that. Yeah, the guitar was a little awkward. I don't know if you wanted to start off the live rounds with Adele.
I was actually, and I don't know.
Especially kicking off the first
I don't know
performance.
how it works for The Voice, who I know for Idol, the producers pick the whole lineup. I don't know if it works that way for The Voice or if it's like you flip a coin, but it did seem like an interesting song to lead with.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Because I thought there were a lot bigger moments throughout the show that maybe would have been a better opener. But again, I thought she did good. I would just say, like, girl, if you're not going to play the guitar, lose the guitar. That's part of being a pop singer and in a competition. You have to own the stage or play the guitar. But
Right.
don't just have it hanging there. Because everybody we were watching with was kind of looking around. We're like, is she going to play it? No, it's just going to stay there? Okay.
Like Christina Grimmie, who we'll talk about later on. I mean, she knows how to move around on a stage. Bria, they're similar in
Well, and
age, I
it's not
think.
like
She
you
could
can
take
be-
some lessons
exactly.
from
And
that.
It's not like you have to have choreography or something.
Right.
There are so many girls in pop music right now, like Pink or somebody who just owns the stage. Adele just stands there, but she like has the attention on her.
Yeah.
But I don't think Bria's going anywhere.
I don't think so either. I just think, I think she's young, but she did tweet out that if you vote her through, she will let Christina Grimmie throw water or something on her, and they'll tape it in front of their hotel. Something crazy and
They're all the
Something college
contestants-
girls would do.
Yeah, all
Yeah,
the
they're not
contestants
even
are,
in
like,
college,
good
so I
friends
think-
this year.
I think they're high schoolers.
Are they? I thought they were like
young.
19, 20.
Oh, maybe.
I don't know. Bria's really young.
Okay.
Let's talk about Danny Maz, who sang "Just Give Me a Reason," and that was the Pink and Nate Ruess song. How did you guys think that was?
I mean, that's a tough song because it's a duet, and duets are built so if they, the verses.
We got Delvin playing. Was Delvin second?
Oh, maybe Delvin was second. We'll talk about Delvin next. Sorry, Steven. Or we can talk about Delvin first. My notes are just a little scrambled. Do you want to talk about Delvin?
Yeah, we'll talk about Delvin.
Whichever one you want.
Whatever's easiest for you, Steven. Delvin? Keep playing that clip. There we go. Delvin sang Unchained Melody. I don't know who sings this originally, but
I believe Righteous Brothers.
Yes.
I actually, when he first started singing it, I was like, okay. And then if you watch his face while he's singing, he believes it so much. And we interviewed all of the contestants tonight, and he told me when he was singing this, like back in the day, guys used to be like, girl, you're going to be my woman. And he's like, and now when you're singing it, you have to be like, hey, baby, come here. You want to be my girl? And he's like, that's how he kind of approached it like that, how Usher said very joyously. Mm-hmm. And knowing that, I appreciate the performance more. And vocally, he kills it. I would like to hear him do something a little more current.
I would too. His personality is so big and bubbly. I want to see him do a Beyonce song. Like Delvin, I'm telling you, Delvin could do it. He could
If any guy on the show could, it'd be him.
If anyone on the show, I don't even think the girls could match his I mean, Sandra maybe.
Yeah.
But Delvin could really do it. He has this huge personality, and I just kind of want to let it go and watch him run across the stage, do something. Because he's a big old personality, and it would be really great because he has the great voice, he has the breath control, he could do it.
And I also think, though, he almost tried to take a step back as far as kind of like being a little, I don't want to say settled.
Like subdued, maybe?
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, a little more subdued with this one, which is an interesting choice, being it's the first live round to do something like that. That said, he still did great. It was a lot more the lower register than he normally does. He's really great at the low register, but he spreads it out more than this. But regardless, he'll be safe. This guy's money. We got nothing to worry about.
You know what might be good too, though, because he's not like stealing the show yet. He did enough to make it to the next round, I think, for sure. Mm-hmm. So now he can have more moments when it's more important in the competition.
Like room to grow a little bit.
And so
maybe
we'll be
it was
more
a
excited
choice.
if he does a good upbeat song next week. We'll be like, wow, we're more blown away than if he did it this week.
Exactly.
Cool.
Now we'll talk about Danny Maz.
All right,
He said,
let's.
Just give me a reason. The duet, like Chloe said, it's difficult to sing a duet.
I mean, the verses are supposed to, overlap each other a little bit. So when the judges were talking about, or the coaches, were talking about having room to breathe, there's not really room to breathe when you're singing a duet as one person.
Yeah.
Also, what a tough choice. I mean, not only is it a Pink song, but like a duet Pink song.
I thought too, it was not different enough from Pink, like the vocal run she took and the way she sang it, to make me want to download her version other than Pink. And I'll talk about Idol because it's, in competition. But somebody sang this on Idol a couple weeks ago, and they made it their own so much that you go on iTunes and you download it right away because you haven't heard it sung like this. But this is sung right now by two of the biggest voices in pop music. And I don't think she did it. She did it well, but not different enough that you want to buy it. And I thought there was, because of breath, there was a lot of vocal issues that creeped up.
Yes, that was the big thing. For like the first half of this, or maybe even 2/3, there were a lot of pitch problems.
Yeah.
And I find it funny because I've been talking about like the last few weeks how I felt like she's been trying too much and doing too much in the songs. And then this song, up until the high note, which we're about to get to, she didn't, she, again, kind of kept it subdued. But that time, then this kind of showed her weakness. When she was more subdued, it was not as accurate. Once she reached this point, it was great.
Yeah.
That was cool.
Once she started, riffing a little bit, got to her old self, it turned up well. But for the beginning, I personally thought there were a lot of problems with it.
I think she is going down the wrong route. And I was talking to somebody tonight backstage about this, but she needs to be more of a rocker. Like, chop the hair.
Yeah.
Go a little
Yes.
edgier. Sing a heart song. Do what Kat's doing. And because she's so vocally talented, she could take on these huge rock anthems. And if they just edged her look up a bit, I feel like she'd be a lot more competitive. But she almost does look like a pageant girl when she's up there right now.
Yeah, what's interesting, too, that you're saying when she was kind of trying to subdue herself a little bit, you see her weakness. She actually said on the carpet tonight that she wants to try a more vulnerable song if she gets the chance. But, maybe that's not her thing. Maybe she needs to be doing more rock ballads because, we hear she can hit those major notes, but can she bring it down?
Yeah.
So we'll see. I think Danny might have to worry. She's so sweet and great, but she might have to worry a little bit.
Because I feel like out of all the contestants, she maybe doesn't know who she is as an artist the most.
Also, to be honest, I think that's showing Shakira's weakness as a coach in that the song choices aren't the best.
Yeah.
Choosing that song maybe isn't the best for this competition, I think Adam and Usher, really smart choices this week for their...
I think Blake too, actually.
Yeah, Blake always. I mean, he's
Yeah.
always so smart about
Blake's
what he chooses.
the most consistent with it.
For sure.
But I can
Because
see what
when
you're
I
saying
look
with
at
Adam
it,
and Usher.
I
this
think
week.
Usher does the song that will make them the star. Blake does the song that will make them win, and Adam does the song that will make them an artist.
Yeah. And Shakira's kind of finding it. I think
Yeah.
Shakira's just like, ooh, this is a song and you can sing it. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? She's like, you could sing this song really good. But it's more than that when it comes to choosing songs. And also I think being a coach, you have to, if Danny brought that song being like, I want to sing this Pink song, you really have to be like, no.
Like, try something different.
Yeah.
Let's talk about Audra Mclaughlin, who sang Angel of the Morning. And
Talk about a song choice by
this
Blake.
this was such an interesting song choice because I never in a million years would expect to hear a song like this on a show like this.
Yeah.
Audra sounds great on the choruses, but she has absolutely no diction on the verses, and I couldn't understand a word. I'm not familiar with the song. I couldn't understand a word she was singing until she got to the choruses.
The first verse was a little trouble for her, and I hate saying that because I love Audra so much.
Yeah.
But I think it was... We've heard her sing the low register before, but I think because the first verse was so much of it that the words kind of got a little jumbled in
All she has to do
it.
is enunciate, and you will be like, that would have changed her whole performance, because I think it sounds a little bit like, I'm trying to think of an analogy, like trying to fit this much huge thing through a little hole. This is not supposed to sound judgy. But you know what I mean?
Too late.
She's supposed to sing this small note, and she's
Anyways.
kind of just like splattering on it.
Yeah, I think what Usher said, honestly, is the best way to describe her voice. She's really good and she hits the notes, but she's personable, so you enjoy
Yeah.
listening to her. But yeah, she's sort of a sleeper right now, she's so good. But tonight's performance, she was a little forgotten, I think, and I don't think it was the song choice. So I'm really interested to see how Audra does, because what's smart about this song choice, though, is like what you were saying, you kind of want to download it.
Yeah,
you like the
just-
song. You remember Shaggy covering it, and
Yeah.
you're like, oh yeah, I sort of remember this melody, and I liked this melody. And you know what? This was a good song. I'm going to download it. That's what's really interesting about this song choice on Blake's side, is that it's semi-familiar, but not familiar enough to where we're going to have it in our catalog.
Which is what Blake did with Danielle Bradbury all season 4. He gave her these older country songs that but that aren't like radio killed right now, and then you want to go download them.
Yeah. I think she needs to wait a few more weeks for, like, as far as a heavy, low register song, work on it a little more with Blake, lock it up, put it in a vault or something like that. Just wait a few weeks, do what we know you can do really well, gain the live crowd's admiration, because there are some people that only tune into the live rounds.
Yeah.
And make sure you do that and then go from there.
And before we get into any more live rounds, we have a quick announcement from one of our sponsors.
My name is Yvonne Saravia, and I am a home health aide. My credit score was very high. It was like 700 something. Then I had like a hiccup in my finances. Everything just crashed. But I don't crawl under a rock and cry. It takes baby steps to get back. So that's what I am doing.
With American Express Serve, you have a full-service prepaid account that helps you handle your money simply and affordably. There's no credit check. You can pay your bills online and reload cash for free at over 15,000 locations, all for $1 a month, and all backed by the 24/7 service of American Express. This is what membership is. This is what membership does.
Get started with an American Express Serve card at CVS Pharmacy or Family Dollar today. Terms and restrictions apply. Go to serve.com for more details.
Now we got to talk about TJ Wilkins.
Yeah.
Who's saying Waiting on the World to Change by John Mayer. And I actually love hearing an R&B voice do a song like this.
Oh, well, John Mayer already has so much soul under his rock, his like pop rock kind of sound, that really having someone who is an R&B kind of soul singer do it was great. And I love that Usher was like, how would Marvin Gaye sing this? You know, like, let's go there. Yeah. He would do this, because that's like a really great way to translate it to TJ, and for TJ to be like, oh yeah, that is great. But when it came to the performance, I thought the arrangement was a little funky. Didn't you guys?
I thought he started out a little too theatrical.
Maybe that
I
was
like
it.
the arrangement, and I like it better actually hearing it and not watching it.
Same.
Because the way he was moving his hands was like, here I am on Broadway. And then I thought toward the end he was so out of breath that he got a little pitchy. But overall, I would say it was still like a memorable performance, and I would probably download it.
Yeah, I overall really enjoyed this performance. Last week when Usher, finally selected his top 3, I was honestly shocked that TJ was chosen. I thought last week, I thought of his 5, he was the bottom of the barrel. I wasn't even thinking of him. I'm like, okay, we have Josh, we have Bria. All right, it's not going to be TJ. It's going to be one of the other 2. And then he ended up choosing TJ. I'm like, why did he choose TJ? Now I see why.
Yeah.
And I think TJ could last longer than I think a lot of people expect him to.
Well, and I think if he keeps doing things like this, that you would never be like, oh, I bet he's going to do a John Mayer song.
Oh,
and that's
never.
exactly what you need to succeed in one of these shows. You
absolutely.
have to keep people on their toes and keep them on their toes, but be consistent. Also,
what's really cool is, like, after hearing this, I want to hear John Legend cover it. I want to. He was like, the idea of taking that sort of John Mayer song and like maybe having John Legend do it. I was like, I love this idea.
Yeah.
I want more. And hearing it back, I think you're right. I think I will go download it, because it was a great version of a great song.
I 100% agree. You know what else they can download off iTunes?
What?
They can download us, Chloe.
Oh.
How can they do it?
Well, if y'all go onto your phones or on your computers, you can get this super cool podcast app, and you can rate and subscribe to AfterBuzz, and especially to The Voice, because we always bring you exclusive AfterBuzz content from the backstage red carpet. What? So give us 5 stars, rate, comment, check us out on our YouTube page, comment. We are always commenting back, and all of us are on Twitter, and we're right there for y'all.
And fun fact, you can download the AfterBuzz TV app now on the iTunes store.
Yeah. Fancy.
We all fancy up in here.
And Jason, well done, Vanna.
Thank
Motions
you so
there.
much. That was
Oh.
actually my goal in life.
Me too. That's the best job
Let's talk
ever.
about somebody. Is a dark horse a good thing?
I think so.
I think so.
Let's talk about the dark horse of the competition, Christina Grimmie.
Is she really the dark horse?
I don't think she's a dark
I
horse.
think she's the unicorn.
She's the unicorn. She's so good, is what I'm trying to say.
She is really good.
She sang Dark Horse by Katy Perry.
What a
And
perfect choice.
There's a curse on The Voice to sing a Katy Perry song, because everybody always gets voted off after they sing Katy Perry, because Katy Perry has a range and nobody realizes it because
she's like Rihanna.
Yeah, her songs are very, very rangy. Christina killed it.
Yeah, that's the thing. It was a curse.
Yeah.
Christina just broke it.
Yeah.
This was, and you know, with her YouTube fan base, her Twitter followers, and her age range, this is the exact type of song that she should be performing. And she did phenomenal. The stage presence was there.
Oh my
God.
God.
The high notes were there. The charisma was there. Everything.
But also, this song is like #1 on radio right now. So she took a current song, still kept it current, but still made it her own.
Yeah.
Which is like really unheard of, to take a song that's this poppy and overproduced. Songs like this are hard to sing live because they're so produced.
I forgot there was a rapper in this song.
Yeah.
Well, that's what was so smart, is that it was easy for her to sort of do her own thing with it, because she's not going to sit there and rap.
She's wailing.
Oh my God, amazing. And she is a huge dubstep fan and has a big following, I think, for that. And she's smart to be like, I want to put that in. I'm putting that in there, and that's what I want to do. And when the rap part is supposed to be, we're going to kind of make it dubsteppy a little bit, or as much as she can, with a live band.
Sure.
Are you
cool.
on iTunes right now?
I am, and you know what?
Is she charting? Because her song from last week was the only one in the top 100 or something, like consistently throughout the week.
That doesn't surprise me.
Yeah, and she, so right now, of the, Katy Perry's Dark Horse is at 7.
Okay.
And
Christina's is at 1.
That would be great. Right now, Stay With Me by Josh Kaufman is at 19.
Okay.
And it looks like that is the highest of any of the Voice contestants right now, which is very interesting.
That is interesting.
I think we give it till tomorrow, though, and a lot of times they go
Yeah,
up a
well,
little
we'll
bit.
check into back. But right now, he's the only one in the top 20 that I see. So we'll check back in before the show ends to let everybody know what is charting on iTunes, because we know how important it is.
Yeah.
But Twitter is really important
times
too.
10 this year?
I don't think so.
They didn't announce anything as far as the times 10 yet, but they did say at the end of the show that the save, the Twitter save that they brought last season is back.
Which, actually, let's just take a break and talk about the Twitter save really quick, because the Twitter save kind of makes it pointless for the West Coast to watch The Voice.
Yeah,
because
I agree.
Unless, like, I tweet along with the East Coast just so I can figure out who I want to save. And when I mean, it's still cool. You got a lot of, like, guest performances and stuff. But, like, the part you're most amped for, you don't even get to save because the person's already been saved.
Right. Yeah, like, I avoid Twitter for 3 hours, which is, in this day and age, extremely hard to do.
Yeah.
And then I don't have the power to try to save.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, well, I just got to watch it and see what happens.
Yeah, it's tough. I wonder, there's sort of no way to get around it, you know? That's the only thing.
I'm assuming, like, obviously this was made by producers high up, so I'm assuming maybe more of their views come from the East Coast and the Midwest and the people watching.
I can see that, you know, if Midwest and East Coast are on the same time block, then they only have to worry about the West Coast, and they can kind of be like, eh.
Sorry, guys. You get everything else.
Yeah. Well, I'll take the sunshine any day.
Exactly. Well, let's talk about Sandra Lewis, who sang Don't Let the Sun Go Down on Me. She killed the song, and I know, like, they worked a lot on holding back. I almost thought she lost the melody of it for a little bit because of all the runs she did. Not that I minded, because whatever she did sounded amazing.
Yeah.
But I do like the song sung a little bit more, like, just straight, you know?
Interesting. I really just want to hear Sandra do a contemporary song. She's so good, and I know she can kill this song. Like, when they said it, I'm like, yeah, she's gonna kill it.
She told me she wants to do something ghetto.
I heard her saying something country too.
Yeah,
I would love to see both.
If she makes it through, she's doing a country song next week, I think.
Wow.
Wouldn't that be so cool? She's
with Blake.
Well, last week, you know what she told me? She told me she would love to do an Elvis song.
Oh. You know what, though?
Which
I
would
like
be
about
so
her.
cool.
Everything, isn't
we'll
she?
let you say your opinion too.
No.
You talk yet.
No worries.
What I like about her is she is playing to her audience.
Yeah.
Because her audience wants to hear this, and they
True.
don't necessarily want to hear her do a top 40 hit. Because if she makes an album, it's going to sound like this.
That's so true.
And I think maybe if she was like Delvin's age and was going to do that, then it would be important for him, because he's going to try to make a R&B, like current record, she's gonna make a throwback album anyway.
Yeah.
So I think she's gonna get a following for the kind of music she makes on the show. It's actually kind of smart to keep doing all their songs.
That's so true. And no one else is going to be doing them the way she's doing them.
No,
so.
that's the thing. I mean, she's 44 years old. And we always talk about the kids downloading the songs on iTunes and stuff. Well, there are a lot of parents that sit and watch the shows with their kids.
Show.
It's a family show. She has that demographic pinned down. Like that is all her whatsoever. And I think Adam nailed it right on the head how she showed the restraint in this performance, even though like towards the end she had, her Sandra insane, how do you do this? How are you a human moments. And I think that just showed even more how versatile of an artist she is. And it was almost impossible to think we can think any more of her.
Yeah.
But now we do.
And if I had a voice like hers, I would be wailing all the time.
Oh my God,
Like I wouldn't stop singing.
Yeah, I would be singing Whitney Houston all day, every day. As if I don't do that already.
Yeah, you do that.
Okay, let's talk about, this is the first time in voice history and maybe music competition history when somebody's mic went out in their performance.
Yes.
Kristen Merlin, who sang Stay by Sugarland.
Which is my favorite song, so I was already anxious because I'm like, oh my God, please do it well, please do it well. She starts off and it's great. And you are like along for the ride with her. She's keeping it simple. She's on that bench. Her yodel fits perfectly with Jennifer Nettles' yodel, which is tough. And you're just like, yes, this is great. And then all of a sudden you're like, oh my God, what's happening? Are our speakers out? Is that what's happening?
Yeah.
And then you see it in her eyes. But Girlfriend keeps going. And it's not until, you see the guy come out. And that's incredible. I mean, she played it so cool.
So cool. But even her performance alone, like, I think she's one of those people who you're drawn to her story. And we actually haven't seen a lot of her on the show. They cut out all of her battles. I think what's cool about her singing this song is country music today isn't very country. And so when you have a twang like that, it's hard to sing a current country song because Carrie Underwood doesn't have it, Taylor Swift doesn't have it, Martina McBride doesn't have a twang. When they sing, it goes away. And so it's kind of cool to hear her be able to do that in a current way. And she can sing so good.
Yeah.
From the first note that came out of her, this was my favorite performance of the night. I thought it was just so pure and just sounds like it just comes so natural to her. And it was, I mean, and I'm not a country fan. I mean, I could not name 3 Sugarland songs. And I know it's probably bad being I do this show. But as Chloe looks at me in disgust.
I love Sugarland.
But
Me too.
But like I was just so mesmerized by this song and this performance. And then when the mic goes out, which is just like we said, unheard of in live television, how many of the other 12 do you think would have reacted the same way that Kristen did?
Oh my gosh.
I was trying to think what I would do in that situation. I would probably go grab
Like, see
Carson's
right here.
mic.
That's what I was thinking.
no
I was
singing.
like, Carson's mic would have been the first mic I thought of.
I know. But I like that she just kept there. She didn't go like, what's going on? Like, she could have freaked out.
She
just
kept
looked
going.
Poised. And I think this, even if her performance sucked, which it was amazing, this pushed her into the next round.
Easily.
And what's cool is I'm going to download her version because I want to hear that part.
You hear the last part.
Yeah, because that's also like the big part in the song that happened to go out. Because like I was waiting for it and I was ready, and then it happened. You're like, huh, what?
Yeah.
What happened?
No.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, well.
Jennifer Nettles tweeted her though and said, "Sang."
Oh, so sweet.
And not only will this help her, advance to next week, but you got to think now. All of a sudden, people are going to be like, "Wow, she kept going even though the mic gave out. She's going to advance." And then next week's going to be like, "Oh, this was the girl who had the mic issues. Now it will be perfectly fine, and she was doing great before the mic went out. I can't wait to hear what she does now."
Yeah.
This turned into a giant blessing in disguise for her.
Well, and she handled it. I think if she
Yes.
wouldn't have handled it, it would have been bad.
Yeah.
But what I think was smart too is she did keep singing because she didn't know if it would just go off and come back on.
Yeah.
Right.
So she was smart to just keep going. But It's definitely, I mean, for a live show at this caliber from Mike.
Someone got fired. Someone got fired.
Have you guys seen that Beyonce video where her sound goes out on something and she's like flipping her hair and she goes, "Somebody getting fired."
She says it?
Yeah, oh my God, you have to look it up. It's so good.
Oh my gosh.
That's
Somebody
hilarious.
tweet it to me, please.
Yes. Okay, let's talk about Kat Perkins, who sang Magic Man by heart.
Yes. So,
This is the master of 80s rock.
oh my God.
Okay, what I
seriously.
like about Kat is she knows who she is as an artist and she's owning it. I don't know how far she's going to go in the competition, but I enjoy watching her performances because they're really good.
Yeah.
I feel I get a little bit of like washed up old singer when she sings, but she's really good. It's just the vibe she.
I mean, she's singing extremely, extremely hard songs. You know what would be cool to see her do? Would be like a Whitney Houston song. She obviously has the pipes
Yeah.
to like hit these crazy songs, and it would be cool to see her maybe do like a song that's R&B, make it rock.
Yeah.
You know, and because she can still really show off her vocals. She did tell us today that she wants to bring it down as well, do something a little bit more vulnerable. But last week on the carpet, she did say she wanted to do Heart, and she got it. So her and Adam are vibing, which is cool.
Yeah.
So if she makes it past, we might see her do something more vulnerable
I'd
next
like
week.
to see her like maybe go down more of like the Miranda Lambert side of things. And if she's gonna come back to like The House That Built Me, I think that would be so good in her voice.
That would be awesome.
Interesting. Yeah, her and Adam, like, there's nobody that would have matched up with her as good as Adam as far as their relationship type deal. I think her and Cassandra are probably the most consistent performers on this show, which is a plus. However, her song selection is kind of trying to win over Cassandra's fan base, like I was talking about with like the parents and the older crowd, because she's singing these 80s rock
Do you know
songs,
what,
and
though?
that could eventually hurt her unless she
I
makes a
think
change.
There's a very specific type of people that watch these shows, and every show there's a group of people that vote for the rocker.
Yeah, my mom.
They love the rocker, and I
The
think
Chloe's mom vote.
yeah. But honestly, like a little like edgier adult will vote for this person, and she's the only one doing that right now.
That's true.
That's a good point.
And
I
it's
mean,
interesting because we've seen so many of these shows that you know the strategy, and there's going to be a rocker every season.
It was
And
Kat
she's got-
Robichaux last year. It's Kat
She's got the
this
rocker
year.
card, and there's not even a guy rocker right now, so she's getting both of those.
It's interesting. Yeah, good point. And she can sing it. I mean, those
Oh,
are
she can-
Yeah, she can. There's
she can sing really
Those are
well.
no
not-
critiques for her music.
Yeah, those are not easy songs. Like Journey, Heart, are you kidding? Like, those are tough songs. Although I do kind of want to play Guitar Hero when she's singing.
Yeah.
I want to see her.
Sure.
I want to see her. I don't know how good of a piano player she is. I want to see a song of her suddenly do like a slow ballad of her on the piano.
You know what
even like,
Bria told me this week? Bria plays piano, guitar, and drums.
She should
She's
play
a
piano.
one-man
I
band,
would love that.
and except she can't play bass.
Bass is hard. Bass is a very misunderstood instrument.
I would play bass so I could do bass face.
We are so on topic.
If you're watching YouTube right now, you would have seen the
Let's
bass
talk
face.
about Jake Worthington, who sang Anymore by Travis Tritt. I was actually really bummed by this performance
Why?
because I feel like Jake's been doing really good. And he's not necessarily the kind of contestant I root for, but I really like him. And I thought this was his most inconsistent performance, and I thought he sounded really shaky. I think it was nerves.
I think it's the live. It's a 17-year-old kid, and now you're performing live in front of millions upon millions of people, and you're singing this slow, fairly quiet country ballad.
And it's almost interesting because I would like to see Jake go on American Idol instead.
Oh,
Because
why?
shows like Idol are the shows where like they literally pluck people out of the middle of nowhere and watch them grow. Where The Voice brings people who have been backup singers or been signed before, and they've all performed live. Most of the contestants have done something live before. It's rare that they haven't, and so they're on a different level. And I think he almost gets lost in the competition because everybody is so good. Where if he was on a show like Idol, where you watch the contestants get better each week, he'd do better for himself.
I actually disagree with you because I think in this situation it actually benefits him because people who follow Voice, they remember him from last year and they have followed him grow, followed his talents grow, and they're witnessing it. Yes, I agree with you that he took a step back from his last performance. I think he's perfectly safe, and I think though he has the votes of the long long voice fans, the ones that have been around a long time, because they're seeing this guy and Delvin as well, because they're both in the same room. They both did not make the cut last year, and all of a sudden, here they are, a whole different person this season.
But I think too, we've seen so many people perform on these shows that I forgot he had tried out before, and I've seen every season of the show.
What's interesting, I think, I hear what both of you guys are saying. What also might happen though is everybody else might be so good, and Jake might kind of like move along in this like, oh, Jake is so cute, and he did bad last week, but he's gonna do really good next week, you know, and he might be able to win fans over that way, sort of how the Swan Brothers were. Which, by the way, the Swan Brothers' new single is really good, you guys. I like it. I must admit it. I like it. And I like Danielle's new single too, Danielle Bradbury.
I love Danielle's whole album, I'll say that. Maybe not a huge Danielle supporter on the show, but I'm a big Danielle fan now.
I am too. And the Swan Brothers. I can't believe I'm saying it.
You're making me have to listen to the song.
I know.
I'm not going to go that far.
I haven't heard it yet. I haven't heard the Swan Brothers
let me know
yet.
what you think. Everybody else, please tweet me or on YouTube. Let me know what you think, because I think it's good. I like it.
I love how you're like almost ashamed to say that.
I know.
we harked on the Swan Brothers because it's our job to hark on somebody each season.
Yeah,
and we were all in agreement
How
about
new is it, Chloe? Because on iTunes I only see someone from December 2013.
I just heard it on the radio last week.
It could be that one though, because I think they just released it, or it's just started.
Is it?
Yeah, I think this is it.
I kind of like that.
I know, it's good.
It's not bad.
It's good.
It's not bad. Damn you, Swan Brothers!
Later. Yeah, this is it.
Oh wait, I have heard this. I've heard them. I've heard this song on the radio.
Oh my god, I hate myself. Okay, good job, Swan Brothers. Fine.
You guys, Blake knows what he's doing.
It's true. Okay.
Why do we ever question Blake Shelton?
I know.
I know.
Never should.
We
Lesson
never
learned.
should.
Let's talk about Tess Boyer from Team Shakira, who's saying, "I'll be there for you."
Interesting song choice, Shakira. You know, I really just don't think anybody else besides Kat should be doing 80s ballads, because Kat's just killing them. And I love that Tess, you know, her look was great. She started with the band. That was super cool. Her performance is there. She's a great performer, but she herself says she's a pop singer. And you know what, girlfriend, sing pop.
This ain't pop.
No one else is, like Christina Grimmie sang a pop song and it was cool, but no one else is really doing pop. So do it.
And it's so important to know who you are as an artist on this show and do that every week. Mm-hmm. And do your own thing, like Christina. And I think Christina and Tess and Audra are all kind of grouped in the same category. And Christina's killing it because she knows exactly who she is as an artist. And you gotta shame on Shakira, because this was not a good song choice.
No, not at all.
If I thought she was gonna be Kat, like Kat should, like you said, Kat should have done this song. But who knows what kind of album Tess will make after hearing this song?
She said she wants to do a pop album.
Exactly.
And I said she should do Britney Spears' Toxic. Like, do a dance song and make it, you know,
she likes to move around the stage.
Yeah, she's good too. She was a cheerleader. She could do it.
And that's another reason why I wasn't too crazy about this one, because wasn't she just stationary almost this entire song? She just kind of stood in the center of the band.
She stood and then she moved.
Eventually, you walked. Yeah, she's the type of one, especially at the beginning of the live rounds. She should be moving. She should be
it's
moving around.
Yeah, I think Shakira's a good coach when it comes to being specific in coaching. You know, like, oh, you were flat, or like, do this here. But when it comes to song choice, I just don't I mean, Stay was great. Kristen's Stay was great. Great for her yodel. But I don't know. I don't think
But I
this was
wonder
a
if
good
it's because Kristen is very clear about who she is as an artist.
yeah.
And maybe the other two are still trying to figure it out. So maybe Shakira is trying to be like, okay, let's try the rock thing this week.
Yeah.
Maybe that
That's
doesn't
it,
work.
yeah.
So maybe next week, because you don't know what goes on behind the closed doors either.
True. The closed doors.
Final of the night was Josh Kaufman, who sang "Stay With Me" by my boy Sam Smith.
Oh, you know what? I bet that's why he's charting, is because Sam Smith tweeted out the link.
Yeah, he did.
Oh, well, that would help.
To the song. And actually, this is the good kind of current song to do, because this song isn't like Sam Smith performed on American Idol, but it's not mainstream yet. It's not getting like a ton of radio play.
No, like I think I
to.
just started hearing it like a week or so ago.
Yeah, it'd be like if you did Adele when she first released "Rolling in the Deep," because people will like the song, they'll buy his song, then they'll go buy a Sam Smith song.
It's so good.
Comparing it to Sam Smith, it doesn't compare because it's not any different at all, and Sam Smith's version is so good. But if I didn't know Sam Smith's version, I would for sure buy Josh's.
Yeah, it's great. And Josh is he brings his whole self to the performance, and he's sweet and caring, and you can see it. And he just I love watching him sing and perform. I sort of forget about him sometimes.
Yeah.
But when they say he's coming on, I get excited and then
Yes.
want to see him. But unfortunately, I think he gets lost in the shuffle a little bit.
Yeah, because you have your Cassandra, you have your Christina. You can even throw the Jake in there as far as the fan favorites.
Yeah.
And Josh just kind of hovers there.
I think too though, because not to knock him because he has an amazing voice, but we've had so many artists like him on the show before. Past seasons, like white guys with soulful voices. Mm-hmm. That's what The Voice is known for.
Yeah.
Which is great, but it's all about Christina Grimmie this year. It's all about, you know what I mean, the young ones. So
Yeah, but I still think this guy is going to last a while because, like you were saying, as soon as oh wait, he's up. Oh, that's right. I forgot about him, and now I'm going to be blown away because, like you were saying, you feel the performance out of him.
Yeah.
You feel a connection, or maybe I do because I'm a 31-year-old white guy from the suburbs. I mean, you kind of feel the connection in his performances.
What's it like over the hill?
Over the hill?
Being over the hill.
Being over the hill, being 31.
Curious.
Being 31. It's
I'll
glorious.
never know.
It's glorious.
I'm just kidding.
I do this show with a couple of kids.
I'm just excited to graduate high school.
Yeah, me too. I'm going to prom.
That wraps it up, guys.
Jason, puberty's a bitch. Just letting you know now.
You said the beard.
Yeah, sorry about that.
Oh, wow, really?
Do we want to do news and gossip or predictions?
No, let's do predictions first.
Okay, predictions.
Okay.
Bottom two.
And
So
now,
you're going home?
your
Yeah.
AfterBuzz TV predictions.
I don't know if they would actually end up having this happen, but based on the performances tonight, I would have Danny and Tess go home. And that's two people on Christina.
Christina's not in it.
Or Shakira. Shakira. Because Tess is with Shakira. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Danny and Tess were the bottom two for me this week.
Do you know what? I forgot about Danny. I was gonna say Tess and Audra, but I don't think Audra deserves to go home.
Audra ain't going home.
I would say Danny and Jake.
I don't think Jake will go home because I think one performance won't hurt him too much. I sort of agree with you, Christian. I think Danny and Tess.
Yeah.
We've all got Danny.
Yeah.
Poor thing.
Poor Danny. She's awesome, but it's just a tough week. According to iTunes right now, Josh went up 1 already. He's number 18 with Stay With Me. And so far, as I scroll down, nobody else is in the top 20. There we go. We have, oh my gosh, we have Kristen Merlin with Stay at 55. And then we have Jake with Any More at 62.
Uh-oh. He's going to be the next one, brother.
And then we have Christina Grimmie at 74. So she's getting up there.
But we have 18 to 55. That's a big gap.
It's definitely not like last season where it was like number 1.
But that wasn't really till like
Kat
top 8.
Perkins is 124. So
Where's
she's
Cassandra?
right here at 135.
Wow.
Okay.
But I mean, guy, that's still all good. But yeah, it's definitely something to think about.
But I do think once you get more attached to the contestants is when you're more likely to download.
That's true. It's still very early in the competition.
Yeah.
So we'll see.
Do
And
we lose 2 tomorrow?
We lose 2.
Oh, shoot.
so tough. I don't know if all of you saw, but I did post a jersey from The Voice. So we have an official Voice jersey. We actually have 2. And I'm just teasing it right now, but we're going to be doing a big giveaway competition. The coaches, everyone's going to sign the jersey, and we're going to do a big giveaway. So you're going to want to stay tuned on Twitter and on here to see all the rules, how you can enter. It's going to be really awesome. You guys are going to totally dig it.
So we're going to give away one, and I'm going to get the other.
No, we're giving away both.
What?
Uh-oh.
Yeah, we got a lot of fans. We got to
Let's
give
get
them stuff.
into news and gossip because we've got something we have to talk about.
Oh my God, we have so much to talk about.
AfterBuzz
News!
Gwen Stefani.
Yeah!
Gwen Stefani is taking over Christina for season
7.
7.
And then Christina's taking over for season 8.
Yeah.
So does that mean bye-bye Shakira?
Or at least for 2 seasons.
No, maybe we'll have 2 girls. I would love
maybe that.
that.
Love 2 girls.
That would be awesome. you know, we've said it on this show, Gwen Stefani, and you know what? People need to start tuning in and because the producers are listening.
They listen to us.
Yeah.
For sure.
And Gwen Stefani sang at Coachella last week, and she was killing it there too.
I mean, she went on with Pharrell, who will also be on next season.
Yeah.
Guys, it's gonna be so cool. It's just cool.
Will Adam or Blake ever take a season off?
I don't know. Maybe.
I think they're both really smart because even right now, like Adam doesn't have new music out, but it's keeping him in the press and relevant. You know.
Well, and it's nice because like Adam lives in LA, so it's nice having a show that you know you work where you live. That's usually they're on tour. That's got to be tiring. It's probably nice having a job where you know where you're going to be every day, you know?
Yeah,
exactly.
It's pretty cool.
We also have interviews with the top 12 contestants and Blake and Adam that will be on AfterBuzzTV.com and YouTube tomorrow. And Chloe and I will tweet out the links as well.
Yep.
And if you guys have questions for the top 10 next week, tweet them to us. And for the eliminated contestant, tweet to Christian because he will be eliminated.
Yeah, on Wednesday morning, I will be doing one-on-one phone interviews with here in the studio with both people that are eliminated. So you can tune in on Wednesday morning if you want to, watch live on AfterBuzzTV.com, or obviously later on in the day on Wednesday, those interviews will be up online.
Yeah, Christian's the nicest one out of all of us, so
I'm the one.
He gets to talk to the sad people.
Jason and Chloe joke with them on the red carpet and have fun and everything, and I'm the one who console them when they no longer get to hang out on the red carpet. That's my job.
Well, we will do that. Everybody watch that on Wednesday. Tweet us your questions, and we will all be back in here next week. Where can they find you guys?
You guys can find me on Instagram and on Twitter at Chloe WestX. Be sure to always tweet me your questions for the red carpet because we get them answered.
And then after you follow Chloe, you can follow me on Twitter at CRosieVOC. And yeah, like I said, make sure Tuesday night, we got sad music playing.
Sad music.
Whatever. So Tuesday night, make sure once the eliminations are announced, tweet me questions if you would like me to ask the eliminated contestants on Wednesday morning.
That's just my baby singing in the background. You can find me on Twitter and Instagram at Jason Ikeler, and we will all be back in here next week.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.
Thank you for watching AfterBuzz TV on YouTube. For more of your favorite after shows and interviews, subscribe to our channel here, and be sure to share your opinion on the episode in the comment section below here. We'd love to see what you guys are buzzing about. Thanks again. Buzz you later.